Hello everyone, welcome to VGDA's DevKit, where we talk about gaming news and game development. We're your host, I'm Louie Yonzon.
And I'm Cruz. And today we're going to be talking about what is VGDA, what is DevKit, and the recent indie gaming news.
Okay.
So, Louie, what is VGDA?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So VGDA stands for Video Game Development Association. We are a club here at California State University Long Beach for 2.5 years, and one of our notable achievements is that we've created 4 games we've produced 4 games so far, with the latest being Horizon's Pull. So what is VGDA? What's its purpose? It's a platform for students of different disciplines, ranging from music developers, artists, writers, and business majors to come together and create a game. So Christian, what is DevKit?
So DevKit, as you see right now, is a show that is also run by VGDA. Pretty much what it is a show where we welcome all developers of all different levels. You can be an amateur, collegiate level, whatever it is. We're just here to inform you guys, share some news, share some information about pretty much, the industry, the indie industry. We also like to talk about current news that is going on right now that, relates to the industry. So hopefully we can teach you guys something new. From time to time, we'll also have guests as well. We'll have people come in, we'll interview them, we'll talk to them, share some, hopefully we'll be able to share something new with you guys. And also we'll talk to, members from our own club as well, and you guys get to know them and what it is exactly we do at VGDA.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so we did say we're going to talk about the current news.
Yeah, I think. So what is our topic for tonight, Christian?
Probably something that's very relevant and something that was just announced recently. Okay. New Steam Direct.
Steam Direct.
That is going to be replacing Steam Greenlit.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so can you quickly give a background for people who don't know what?
Yeah, definitely. So if you don't know what Steam Greenlit is, pretty much it's so if you guys know what Steam is, it's run by Valve, which is where you can get all your games pretty much online. But Steam Greenlit, what it is it's where a lot of you'll see a lot of indie games, just like developers. It's where you're able to pretty much go and put your game out there. And depending on how popular it is, people will be able to support it by upvoting it. I believe they also are able to give some money into it as well. Depending on how popular it is on Greenlit, pretty much your game will get through into Steam. It'll have access. First it'll be early access, but then it'll actually be available on Steam. And that's how it works. In a sense, what was really popular about it is that it would get a lot of games. If people rallied behind these games that they really wanted, you'd be able to get these indie games up there. So it pretty much, because of Steam Greenlit, a lot of indie games have become available on Steam.
Yeah, and it's also if you think about it, it's like a filtering system for bringing out the good in indie games.
Exactly, right? Because if it's popular enough, then that means hopefully that means that hey, it was popular enough that people like it. It must be a good game.
Exactly.
Or hopefully, ideally, it is a good game.
Yeah, it's definitely, especially since one of my favorite games out there, Stardew Valley, was started up with Steam Greenlit.
Indeed, it was, and it was probably one of actually. If you looked at it's interesting to bring that up. If you look at remember Steam did their recent where they revealed their top 100 games that have the most sales, and yeah, Stardew Valley was actually I think it was in the top 15, which is really crazy because it was an indie game and it was Steam Greenlit, so that's really cool. But now, the reason why this is really important to talk about is because with the new Steam Direct. So Steam Direct, as it was just announced, has right now a lot of, a bit of controversy. Understandably so, because it's new, it just came out. There's still a lot of stuff we don't know about it.
Yes.
So I guess, so you guys know exactly what it is. So like I said before, it's replacing Steam Greenlit. But pretty much the way that Steam Direct will work is that all games are pretty much welcome now. So, the whole popularity contest, getting upvotes, that's pretty much irrelevant now. And what it is that everyone is able to get your game. Pretty much Steam will accept all these games with a fee, though, and the fee is definitely the biggest of the controversies.
Yes.
I think we should talk about.
Yes, let's talk about it.
All right, so the way the fee works is that to get your game in, as of right now, because again it's recent, we don't know what the price will be. But Steam Direct, so Valve has said that right now, if they want to get a game in, that the price of the fee will range from either $100 to $5,000.
Jesus Christ, $5,000. So what's the factors then that range? What creates that range from $100 to $5,000?
So there's still not a lot of information out yet about it, but pretty much the reason why it's such a big range from $100 to $5,000 is Valve has talked to several indie developers pretty much to get their opinion on what they think would be a fair and reasonable price to get their game, in Steam.
And $5,000 is a reasonable price. Are you kidding me?
That's the crazy thing, right? I guess there are people, and that's what's creating the biggest issue, and that's right because, we know kind of what the general stereotype of an indie company is. It's a small company, small people that want to get this game out, but they don't have a publisher, they don't have they can't really get their game out.
Yeah.
And that's what's so great about Steam. Steam has been that platform that's been able to get these indie games up there, that's able to get the recognition that these indie games, probably deserve. Yeah. But now with that price, for example, like us, VGDA, we're a small, college, organization, and we could have a really great game idea. We could, publish a really good game, and maybe we want to get it on Steam, but Steam's going to come and say, "I'm sorry, you have to pay us $5,000."
Yeah, so we totally have $5,000 to just put up in front. College students trying to get through life. Yeah, $5,000.
Yeah, I remember. It's actually, I like to bring that up because one thing that I was reading a lot of comments about people, who were like not really sure about Steam Direct. A lot of the was interesting. A lot of them were actually college students, and it's true. I think you have a lot of either if it's like graduating college students or students in college right now that they have a really great idea, they want to make a game, but that money is going to be a big factor. And so what I'm curious about what your thoughts. What do you think about this new Steam Direct? Obviously, there's the controversy, but I'm talking about the cons, but there are pros to it as well.
Yeah,
let's not forget the pros.
For the pros, although it does get rid of the filtering system, but now a lot more games could definitely shine, and it's not going to be blocked by that whole popularity thing. Now, definitely more indie games will be out there.
Exactly, and that's good because even though like we said before, it was a popularity in a sense, it was kind of like a popularity contest.
Yes,
there could be some games out there that were actually really good, but they just didn't get the recognition, they didn't get noticed enough, they probably didn't have a strong social media presence, and that's not their fault. But now with this, they have that chance. Exactly. So that's actually a big pro for the Steam Direct, and I think that is something that a lot of people can agree that is heading in the right direction.
Yes,
but then there's with the price,
and with all those details that they still need to release. My problem is, what's wrong with the old system? Why couldn't they just refine the old system, sort of thing?
Interesting. Yeah, I think that's actually good. That's a good question. Why streaming? I know what's interesting. It's actually been something that Valve has talked about a lot recently. They've been saying that eventually they had talked about that we are going to replace Steam Greenland. So it's been something that's been in the works, obviously. But yeah, I guess for your thoughts, so you think that Steam Greenland that was just fine? Obviously, maybe if they just adjusted a bit, they should just kept
some
Steam Greenland.
Why change it to something really different? Why not just refine it? It was already working. So many games is caught up, or so many games have been brought to life. It could also be expanded to do more than that, just what it already has.
So now what I'm curious, what I want to bring up with that is, so it's true, maybe they could refine the system. However, one thing that I also think is interesting with Steam Direct is that now, and I can also see this as a pro and a con, is that there's going to be a lot more competition now.
Yes, definitely.
So with the money, it's going to be crazy because we don't know what the price will be, but if we look at it as, some developers are saying, yeah, $5,000 is totally fair. Well, that's it's kind of that's debatable.
It just stomps out the competition now. For those, it discourages people. Those indie game developers who are just starting up, they can't just pay out the $5,000 up front. What about everything else?
And I feel like it kind of, at least for me, the way I see it, it kind of ruins the spirit of what indie games is.
Exactly.
It's you don't have to have. That's the point. That's why you're an indie company or an indie game, because you don't have the money. You don't have the big publishers and stuff. But that's why you have the liberty to be able to make these great games that you're not tied down to having to be we want sequels, we want this. You can make your own games. You can make something unique.
Yeah, and at your own pace too. It's not exactly too bound by deadlines, but there's still a lot more freedom with indie games.
But then now we got these people who are saying hey, I'm sorry, all you $100, you're gonna have to get out of here.
It just becomes a factor of money now.
Yeah,
now you can't create your games without money. It sucks. Or it's just it's bad representation of what indie games potentials can be. Just money. Not money doesn't. It's kind of cliche, but not money doesn't always buy everything. As it is, and it just ruins the opportunity for smaller gamer or indie game companies to go big out there.
Okay. Now, kind of, I guess a counter argument that I feel could make sense. What if this type of competition? Well, yes, it's kind of hard with the money, but what if this makes competition stronger though within an indie game? So in a sense, while it's bad that we're maybe at least for the lower people, I don't mean by that, but for the people who don't have as much money or funds to be able to get the games out there, but maybe there's always stuff people can make the argument, hey, you have fundraising, you have Kickstarter campaigns, you have stuff like that. There are ways to get your money up there. And, what's going to stop you, if anything? If you really want to get this game to get out, then you're going to have to put in the effort. And I guess maybe that can actually create, maybe it could possibly create healthy competition, or it can create even better competition to get better indie games out there. I mean, that's like one side of the spectrum that I think people could probably agree with, you know?
Yeah, and with the detail, the money is not set yet on to publish a game, but that is definitely true. With competition comes better games. People are definitely, it's going to test people's patience on like how far they're willing to go to create their game. Like what are they willing to do? And that with that perseverance, it'll just help create better games for better indie games for the future. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's just another side because, like I said, there's the pros and cons. But it's interesting. Again, it's only been the first day, but it's really crazy to see how big this topic has been, and it makes sense because again, we talk about the indie, the indie community has only been growing every year. It gets bigger and bigger. It gets crazy. So this is this new system that Steam is adopting now with Steam Direct. It heavily impacts them. Like they're pretty much the ones that are mainly impacted. So it's only been the first day, but I guess seeing everything, what do you think?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What you've asked me of what I think about Steam Greenlight. Like, what do you think about?
Oh, there's me. Okay. So again, it's still the first day. There's a lot we don't know. I think this is, even though I'm definitely, at least me personally, I'm against the money. I think that's $5,000 is way too steep. Hopefully they'll lower it. I think this is a good change. I think it's very good because I think it definitely fixes the filter issue. We're able to get a whole bunch of more games. Like everyone in a sense has equal chance. I think, hopefully, again, this is just a range. It's not, it's not set in stone that they're gonna have to pay in the thousands. Hopefully, that's not the case. That's, I think it'd be great if it can be pretty cheap price. But I think this is really good because it kind of encourages indie games to really spread the word out. And I think, if anything, it'll make the community even bigger. And it kind of creates more opportunities for people let's say, hey, you're creating an indie game and you feel like, hey, one of the best ways, what's one of the best ways to spread your game? Social media. So, hey, maybe I can try to find someone who can be maybe my type of social media manager or something like that. I feel like it just creates a lot more opportunity for even other aspects, other jobs can even get into the indie scene now. That's how I see it. So I think it's a good change. I think it's good. It's just, the money thing, hopefully, and we'll see what happens. Valve, I really hope you're not actually going to have, $5,000.
That's just ridiculous. It's just stomping out the competition. You're limiting the potential of what indie games can really be by making that price. No, please.
Right. So what about you then? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that's it for now. We're just going to have to wait and see what they're going to do. Again, it's still early. There's still a lot more they haven't released in details.
Right.
And we're just going to have to see from here.
All right. Well, hopefully, obviously, like I said, it's new. They're going to announce more stuff because it's Valve. They're a huge company. They have a huge influence. So maybe, they'll hear the complaints. They'll see the pros, they'll see the cons, and hopefully they can make Steam Direct into a really, a great thing for the indie community because I think this is a very big step for them. And I'm really excited to see where this can go. I think this can be really good, but we'll see. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe, who knows what'll happen. But it's going to be exciting. I'm really excited for the Steam Direct. Anyways, so everyone, that's pretty much, that's what we have for now. This is our very first show of DevKit, so thank you very much for tuning in.
Yes.
We hope that you guys liked it. If you did, please, leave a like to the video and also subscribe to us. And, it'll help us out a lot as we keep growing. Also, we have the website to our link. The link to our website. We have the link to our website to VGDA down in the description. Please look at it. We have all the information about the club, about our organization, all the stuff that we do. We also have our email as well. So if you guys have any questions, you want to contact us, that's the email you do. Contact us about anything. So join us next week where we're going to have 2 VGDA developers from our own organization talk about their current projects that they're going to be facing throughout the semester. So that's going to be fun.
All right. Can't wait.
Yeah. So I've been Christian.
And I'm Louie.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Okay. Thank you for watching.